Hi, my name's Matt Driggs. Today I want to talk to you about who's going to be paying your medical bills after an accident. I want to tell you first off that every case is very different. So I'm going to be using generalizations. You really should talk to a lawyer about who should be paying your specific medical bills and how that will go in your specific case. So keep in mind this is just generalized steps on who pays first. In most cases, we've seen that this is potentially the most weighty, scariest, heaviest part of any case is these mounting medical bills. And maybe you're out of work and you get hit with all these bills. It can be really scary. And so what we put together, and you're welcome to go to this, we put together a handout, and we'll put the link at the bottom of this so that you can go to our website that will walk you through this process that I'm going to explain today. But the first person that pays in any accident is your own insurance, your own PIP or no-fault insurance. Typically that's $3,000. You present the claim or you send your bills to your own insurance company. They take care of those, and that is fairly simple, but they're always the first ones that pay. After that, the next in line is typically your health insurance. Health insurance, we recommend that you run everything through health insurance. And the reason that we do that, number one, is it gets people off your back. There's not a lot of pressure. These cases take a long time. And so you want the bills getting paid. The other good thing about health insurance is that your doctors have already negotiated better rates than what a cash payment would be. And so, you might have a $10,000 bill, but health insurance will only pay $6,000 because they've got a better deal or a negotiated rate with the provider. So you want to run it through health insurance. The nice thing about that is that after the fact, you can often negotiate with the health insurance and maybe even get that down even lower. So that's the second person you go to. After that, typically we try and work with providers themselves and establish or enter into what is called a lien agreement. Now, a lien is an agreement that says we agree to pay them directly out of the settlement. We can't distribute the money to you. Once the check comes in, we put it into our account and we pay the doctors directly. And the doctors are saying, fine, we'll hold off on collections if you will agree to that lien agreement. So that can be very helpful because then they don't hassle you. You don't have to worry about it. You pay them out of the settlement. So that's the third level of paying your bills. The fourth one, if you have to, if none of those have been working, the next best option is to try and set up a payment plan. Often providers are fine with that. Occasionally they're not, but most are good to work with, where they're saying, just pay us anything. Just get us something until the case settles, at which time you can pay them off and negotiate a reduction if you can. Ultimately, unfortunately, they really are your bills. So if you have all of these incurred bills and none of these work, it's ultimately going to fall on you to self-pay. And we do our best as lawyers. If you're doing it yourself, you have to deal with it. But as lawyers, we do our best to hit all of these steps. If we have to, we try and walk you through it. But ultimately, if you have to, you pay them when you can or hold off until there is a settlement and pay them that way. Like I said, a typical example in these kind of cases is someone, let's say, gets in an accident, has $20,000 in bills. The first $3,000 gets paid by your own insurance. Now, once you notify health insurance that they've paid their share, health insurance starts paying, and they might pay another 10 or 12. When you go to settle the case, you don't have to pay back the $3,000. You only have to deal with any outstanding bills and paying back the health insurance. Now, there are lots of different health plans through ERISA. I'm not going to get into that, but there are times when you can work with them to try and reduce the amount that you have to pay them back to ultimately maximize the settlement that you get to take care of whatever future bills you may have. So that is typically the steps in getting your medical bills paid. Obviously, if you have any other questions or if you have concerns about your case or anything like that, honestly, give us a call. It's free. You can call the advocates 24/7. Our phone number is 801-355-5550. Call us anytime.
Bye.